Right, I think we are live. As always, if you're watching this live, please let me know in the chat if you can hear me and you can see me okay. And welcome to an unboxing video of Bitoku, which apparently means something naughty in French, as I've just found out. So, a little bit of a interesting story about this game just before we start this unboxing video. For a start, I've already unboxed it. Well, I haven't. I've taken the lid off and we had a route through it in Essen and we had a look at the pieces, but that's it. Other than that, it's gone straight back in the box. So this is one of the hottest games that came out this Essen. Possibly the hottest game that's come out Essen. What do you think? Of all of the hot games that have come out from Essen, is this the hottest? I think it might be. Now, in the past, De Veer games a few years ago I'd never heard of. But then last year, I started hearing about the games that they did. They did Red Cathedral last year. That was fantastic. Really, really good game. And since then, De Veer has been putting out some good titles. They haven't put out anything as heavy as this. And I mean heavy as in, this is a big, heavy box. But also, although I've not played this game yet or even read the rulebook, I have been told this is quite a heavy game. So it's a step up from De Veer. It's outside of their normal wheelhouse. But also, the designer, I was speaking to De Veer at Essen Spiel, and they said, yeah, he's done some other stuff. He's done this light little card game, and that's it. And here we go. Solo mode by some David Turks. I don't know. Solo mode by some guy. I'm good friends with David, so don't think I'm having a go at him. Right, here we go. Let's jump in. And we'll see what he says. Jerome says, great game, but too much hype. Well, the thing is, so this is the interesting thing about hype. Hype about a game can be generated in one of two ways. It can be generated by the publisher of the game itself, which I don't personally think is morally correct when a publisher starts putting out, like, I mean, it's marketing in a way, and those that do it, fine. But hype put out by a publisher, for me, doesn't sit well with me. Hype from people when it's when they have nothing to go on is also more about excitement, but also the people who've played this game have said it's actually really good. So we're gonna jump in and we're gonna have a look. This is what you get. As I say, I did open it up in Essen Spiel and put everything back in the box, so it has been physically opened before, but we haven't really taken anything out of the bags or looked through it. I'm gonna start with the board, and this. We're gonna have to zoom out for this board, right? Because this is a big, thick, chunky board, and I don't know how they did this from a production point of view. I'm not sure how they've done this because this is dual layered on one side, but not on the other, and yet they've managed to get it so that it compacts. That just makes me happy. It's all nicely. There's no bend. There's no fold. There's no nothing. So I believe one side of the board is for the solo game. Don't know whether that should be there. And maybe the 2-player game. And then the 3 and 4 player side of the board is for the 3 and 4. So yeah, the other side of the board is for the 3 and 4 player game. Now, if you are scared and I'm just going to actually zoom in a little bit more, and I'm going to turn the board around. No, I can't even turn it around this way because it won't fit on the. No, it will. There you go. Right. If you're scared by the amount of iconography there, then this might not be the game for you. As I say, this is a heavy game, and there is a lot going on. And if we just zoom out, you will see the extent of the size of the board, like that. Now, as I say, I don't know very much about this game at the moment. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but the 3 and the 4 player side of the board, I believe, has these slots, and in these slots you put things in these slots based on the number of players. So I'm thinking this might be the 3-player side, or is that the 3-player side? There's got to be some icons somewhere. But anyway, what you do is you put bits on there. So whereas all of this maybe have looked very busy, you actually fill these bits in. So there you go. So the board, straight away, you can see the board. Now, people have told me that the art style in this game and the theme behind the game is something to do with Studio Ghibli, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is something anime-wise. I might lose followers by saying this, but I'm not the biggest fan of anime. I know a lot of people in this hobby are like mad about anime and absolutely love it. And I've watched a few anime films in the past, and it doesn't tick any boxes for me. The ones that I've watched have been okay, but I don't rave about it. So Studio Ghibli for me means nothing. I don't know what it is. I've heard the name, but yeah. Right, let's have a look at some of these components, because some of these components. So Red Cathedral that I mentioned earlier on, one thing that Devere are very good at is component quality. Japanese folklore about spirits and stuff. Well, that sounds interesting, actually. We quite like that. So we're going to zoom into the other camera, and I'm going to show you. So it's gone a bit grainy because I'm actually zoomed in a bit. Check this out. Right, now this is completely unnecessary, but people like me love it. This is the round marker, and this is probably something from Studio Ghibli, I don't know. But if you're going to do things in games these days, games need to look pretty and look nice. When I started playing games 20 years ago, this would have been a wooden cube or a disc. And some games that come out now still is a wooden cube and a disc. I really like the fact that games now are coming out with, they've got these. Now, price is going up in games. Custom components is, does make the price more expensive. But personally, I will enjoy playing this game more. I mean, look at these. Because of these components, rather than this being a red disc, this being a blue cube, whatever. So yeah, we've got lots of, you can see here, lots of custom components with printing on. Little what look like palaces and stuff like that. These look like squirrels. They're probably not squirrels. I'm probably embarrassing myself here. Maybe they are squirrels. I don't know. But yeah, we have lots of these components. Some of them with printing on. I don't know what any of these are. I don't know if these are resources or whatever. But yeah, loads of bits. There's also some really nice dice. Now, I always find some coloured dice a problem because they're either too light that you can't actually see the colours apart, or they're too transparent that you actually can't see the numbers on top properly because the numbers on the other side keep showing through. These look fine. I mean, it's a little bit hard to see from the overhead camera. That looks like a 5. It's not. That's a 4 because the 3's on the other side. So it's a little bit of a problem from the overhead camera. But looking at these from a slight angle, these are really nice quality dice. Okay, what else have we got? Because that's not everything. We do have a whole box more stuff here. We have one of these bits that, as I mentioned, this goes in somewhere here. So I think it's basically telling you, with 3 players you have that many spaces, and with 4 players you have that many. So there's the 3-player board setup. We've got, Bitoku Promo 1. Nice. All right, okay, put that to one side. We've got these. I'll come on to them in a minute. We've got some cards, which I'll open in a minute. We have a tome, I think we'll call it. It's a big rule book. Now, this rule book is not in English, so we'll be getting rid of that one. I don't know where the English rule book is. Yeah, okay. So, here's what's happened. I think I took the English rule book out, and I think I started reading it on the way home. I need to find it. So I can show you this rulebook later on, but I need to find the English rulebook. So on the train on the way home, I think I took the English rulebook out of my bag, and I think I started reading it. I don't know where I've put it. So that's a little bit embarrassing. I've got it somewhere, or I've lost it on the train. If anybody found a Bitoku rulebook on a train from Portsmouth to Tiverton, please let me know. Right. So what have we got here? These tiles are a promo for the game Silk, also from Devere Games. Has anybody played Silk? If anybody I know has played Silk, then I've got some promo tiles for you. Anyway, Paul's punch test. There you go. You can see the big tiles are popping out very easily, and these will, as I say, these will slot into the spaces here, which is a really nice way of doing it. This is a big tile. I don't know where this goes. Oh, this is probably a player board. Yeah, I think that's a player board. So, there you go. Quite a lot of information on there. Again, if you're scared by the iconography, this is probably not a game for you. For me, this is probably right in my wheelhouse. I don't know whether this game is going to be a little bit on the complicated side or not. Oh yeah, my debit card. Yeah. Also, top tip, if you ever go to a German underground station, and buy a ticket for the train and put your card in the machine, make sure that when you take your ticket and walk away, that you take your card with you. Yeah, because just, you know, just a top tip, not saying that I did it, totally did it. Anyway, these are punching out fine. Okay, yeah, these are punching out really well. No need for any nasty stuff. Even the little ones, these are punching out fine. So yeah, I'm not going to punch everything out, but as you can see, we've got lots of components, got 4 punch boards. I quite like this. This actually, I like that style. Just the colours and the patterns and everything else. I don't know what they do, but the iconography on these is not that scary. You can see that if it's going to focus, yeah, it's going to focus. That's not that scary. There's not. I've seen a lot worse with tiny little icons. These, however, let's just move this out of the way. Let's just look at some of these. There's quite a few icons on these. You know, that one's quite easy for this, but this one, yeah, we got a few icons on there. Hopefully this will mean something when I read the rulebook. I do have to find the rulebook beforehand. So yeah, some more of those, some more of those. There you go. Right. I am now going to show you the Spanish rulebook just to show you the layout. And this is going to be interesting because I normally have a quick browse through it and say, oh, what's it like? And let's evaluate it. I'm going to give you that initial evaluation, even though it's in Spanish. So what we've got is we've got components list here. It's a shame it's not itemized a bit more. It's not exactly obvious. I remember reading this in English and thinking it's not exactly obvious as to which one of these is which one of these, which is always advisable. But we have the setup. Now there's the setup, right? So we've got all of these different points here, all of the things you need to do for setup. And then we've got the rest of the rules. So I've not read this yet, but it looks like we have a nice amount of images, text, examples, things in the sidebars, which can be useful. If you've read the rule book, let me know what you think about it, either in the chat or if you leave me in the comments. Is it a good rule book? Because I met up with the team from Devere Games this year for the first time. I actually met with them and had a good chat with them. And I asked them about their rulebooks, not offering my rulebook services to them in any way at all, but I said, just out of interest, who is it that does your rulebooks? And they said, it's a guy called William Niebling. And I was like, seriously? Because he's my favourite rulebook editor. And yeah, his name's on the back. At least I thought it was. Yeah, well, it won't be on this one because this is the Spanish rulebook. But I'm pretty sure it's William who did the English rulebook, and William is a great rulebook editor. Yeah, he's not somebody, I don't think he's got like his own YouTube channel like me or anything, but yeah, if I see William's name in a rulebook, I generally know that it is pretty good. So let's have a look at these. What we have here, we have some player aids. So 4 players, and this is a player aid, okay? Any game that has a player aid, which is actually a booklet like this. Oh, actually, that's really good, actually. Yeah, showing the iconography in a booklet means you're not having to pass around the back page of the rulebook. So thumbs up for this. If you've got a game with this much iconography, doing it as player aids like this with the entire game order on, it cost them a little bit more, but I think this is actually a really good idea. So yeah, really good for that. Rulebook is fine, but a lot of terminology, and that's the hard part. Okay. Yeah. Well, when I find the English rulebook, I will get there. I think that is it for the unboxing. Oh no, we got some cards. So we got two packs of cards. Does it have the little tab on so I can open it up? Nope, but the side is open so I can get in. When am I going to be covering this on the channel properly? To be honest, I don't know. Anybody who saw my latest video log, which went live yesterday, you'll know that things have been a bit tricky for me. If you haven't seen my video log from yesterday, watch the last 15 minutes because I made a big announcement about my future. But one of the reasons for that change is I want to have time to play the new hot games for Messen within a few weeks of them coming out. And yeah, that's what I want to be doing. So I've not played this yet, and I won't be doing it this week because I already have a lot of other things planned for this week. And because this is a heavy game, I need to put in the amount of time and effort that I put into Arc Nova before I cover this on the channel. Saying that, this isn't. I'm not being sponsored for this video, so it could just be. It could be a rough and ready video. I don't know. I try to save the really good videos for the sponsored ones. But anyway, cards. They're thicker than. Are they thicker than normal? They're probably about right, actually. They're probably the right thickness, but they feel quite good. Let's have a look at these cards. Let's have a look at the card. Oh yeah, and yeah, thank you, Monica. But yeah, to everybody who has reached out to me either privately or on the YouTube chat with messages of support, thank you very much. It was somewhat overwhelming. I wasn't expecting that much, but yeah, thank you very much. So artwork-wise, again, I'm not a fan of Studio Ghibli, but well, to say I'm not a fan of it is wrong. I don't actually really know what it is. But if you are a Studio Ghibli fan, how accurate is this artwork? Is this exactly the same style as Studio Ghibli, or is it slightly different? Because I like this artwork. This artwork looks good. Who is the artist? It says it on the front cover of the box. I'm probably going to mess the name up. Edu Vals. There you go. Yeah. But I quite like that. Oh, and we've got, it's the same 5 again. And then it's the same 5 again. And then it's the same 5 again. Do we have any others? Oh yeah, I'm not too keen on that one. But yeah, this little thing looks cute, whatever it is. So yeah, what do we think about the artwork? Oh, thank you very much, Genway, for the super chat. You're chipping in and wishing for a rules teach. There will be one. That's the plan. But it's just how I'm going to fit it in. And I've got my own convention at the end of this month that's taking a lot of time to organise. So for the last week of this month, I will be radio silent pretty much because I will be running my own convention. Anyway, we're all done. Now, before I go, a few people are keen on knowing what I think about this game, which, as I say, I don't know yet. I've not read the rules. I've not played it or anything like that. However, a good friend of mine, Luke Hector from the Broken Meeple, he put up a review recently. And as you can see from his face, I've not watched all of the video yet, but I know Luke was possibly not the biggest fan of the game. But anyway, Luke has done a review. It's on his channel, The Broken Meeple. If you're interested in getting Luke's thoughts about it, I travelled back from Essen with Luke and we chatted about all sorts of games and stuff like that on the way. And yeah, I am planning to watch his video either later tonight or tomorrow because I'm very keen to see what he thinks. Not that I agree with Luke. I disagree with him on a lot of things. But I'm keen to see what he thought about the game. And you will be getting my opinion of the game as well because, as I say, apart from receiving a review copy of the game, no money has changed hands. I think Matt might have bought me half a cider in the pub, but that doesn't count, does it? I don't think that counts. So yeah, when I do play this game, you will be getting my complete, honest opinion of the game, and we will see. That will be sometime later on this year. I can't promise when, but at the moment, I'm running a poll on my Patreon page. So if you're a Patreon supporter of mine, I did a poll a couple of days ago. Where basically I posted loads of games that I've got at the moment that I haven't covered on the channel, and I kind of want your input on the order in which I cover them. This got the most votes. Okay, so out of all of the games that I've brought back from Essen, and some of them that I got just before Essen, this one got the most votes. So at the moment, this is the one that you want to see more than anything, which is why I'm doing this unboxing video today. If I had time this week, I would absolutely love to do you a video on the game. But that's not going to happen this week, and I'm not going to promise next week just because of everything else I've got going on at the moment. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much for your input if you're a Patreon supporter on kind of directing me as to which games you want to see. Right, we are all done. I heard Vicky arrive, so I'm going to go downstairs and do some more GridCon admin. Thank you very much for watching. I will be back later in this week. Let me just put up on screen very quickly the plans for this week, because I've got them, I've done them, and there's probably going to be more. In fact, there already was more. I did another one this afternoon. So these are the plans for this week. Oh, that's a bit big. What's happened there? There we go, plans for this week. So as you can see, Monday, unboxing video of Bitoku. Same time tomorrow, I will be doing Messina 1347. Wednesday night is the Arkham Horror, Forgotten Age playthrough. Thursday is the unboxing of Golem. And then Friday is Jiangnan, which I've spelt wrong. There's a missing N there. It's a new game coming out from Mo Ideas, which goes live on Kickstarter tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing a tutorial and playthrough video of it on Friday. So that's the plan for this week, but depending on my workload, I might sneak in some extra ones along the way, possibly a couple of Patreon exclusives. We'll see how we get on. But for now, yeah, please like the video. If you're not watching this live, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the game. And that's everything. Until next time, take care. I'll see you soon. Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.